Instagram is a part of daily life for millions of people. It's where we share our best moments, scroll through endless photos, and feel connected to friends, family, and even strangers from around the world. Maybe you've posted a picture of your morning coffee, a vacation sunset, or a selfie with your pet. You watch the likes roll in, read the comments, and feel a little spark of happiness knowing someone out there is paying attention. It's easy to forget that every post, every story, and every tag is a window into your world, a window that anyone can look through. But behind the filters and hashtags, there's a side of Instagram most people never see. For every friend who double taps your photo, there could be a stranger watching, someone you've never met, someone who knows more about you than you realize. The line between sharing and oversharing is thinner than you think, and sometimes the people who seem the most harmless are the ones you should fear the most. What if your next follower wasn't who they seemed? What if a simple post was all it took to invite something dark into your life? Tonight, you'll hear 3 true stories that will make you rethink every photo you've ever shared. Most people never realize how quickly a harmless post can turn into a nightmare. These stories will make you question who's really watching. When Emma first started her Instagram account, it was just a way to keep in touch with friends and share snapshots of her life. She posted pictures of her dog, her favorite coffee shop, and the little moments that made her smile. As her follower count grew, she felt a small thrill every time a new notification popped up. Most of her followers were people she knew, but occasionally, a stranger would like a photo or leave a friendly comment. Felt harmless, just part of being online. One day, Emma noticed a new follower named Always Watching You. The profile picture was a generic landscape, and the account had no posts, but it followed hundreds of people. First, she didn't think much of it. The account started liking her photos, sometimes within seconds of her posting. Then came the comments, short, vague compliments at first, but soon they became more personal. Nice dress, Emma. You wore that to the cafe on Main Street, right? She felt a twinge of unease. How did this person know where she'd been? The messages grew more frequent and more specific. You looked happy at the park today. Hope you enjoyed your walk. Emma's heart raced as she scrolled through her recent posts, realizing she'd tagged the park in her story. She started to wonder if she was being paranoid, but the feeling of being watched wouldn't go away. She made her account private, but the messages kept coming, now through direct messages, sometimes late at night. Why did you block me? I just want to be friends. Emma told her friends, who tried to reassure her. Maybe it was someone from school playing a prank. But the messages became more insistent, more possessive. You don't need anyone else. I see you with your friends, but they don't really care about you like I do. Emma blocked the account, but a new one appeared the next day, with a similar name and the same pattern of behavior. One evening, Emma received a DM that made her blood run cold. It was a photo of her house, taken from across the street. The caption read, "Nice lights in your bedroom tonight." She called the police, but there was little they could do. The account was anonymous, the messages untraceable. Emma's parents installed security cameras and changed their routines, but the sense of safety she once felt was gone. The messages continued, each one more threatening than the last. "If you don't answer me, I'll come say hi in person." Emma stopped posting altogether, but the DMs didn't stop. One night, she heard footsteps outside her window. She peeked through the blinds and saw a figure standing on the sidewalk, phone in hand, staring up at her room. She froze, too scared to move, until the figure finally walked away. The next morning, Emma found a note taped to her front door. It was a printout of one of her Instagram photos, with the words, "I'll always be watching," scrawled across it in red ink. The police increased patrols in her neighborhood, but the stalker was never caught. Emma deleted her Instagram account and changed her phone number, but the fear lingered long after the messages stopped. What she discovered about her follower will haunt her forever. Emma learned the hard way that sometimes the people who seem the most harmless online are the ones you should fear the most. Social media makes it easy to believe we're in control. We choose what to share, who to follow, and who can see our posts. But every photo, every location tag, and every story is a breadcrumb, leading strangers closer to our real lives. It's easy to forget that behind every like and comment, there could be someone with intentions you'd never expect. Statistics show that nearly 1 in 5 people have experienced some form of online harassment or stalking. For many, it starts with a harmless message or a friendly follow, but it can quickly spiral into something much more dangerous. Privacy settings and blocked accounts offer some protection, but they're not foolproof. The illusion of safety can vanish in an instant, replaced by fear and uncertainty. If you thought the first story was disturbing, the next one will make you question what you share online. Most people never realize how much they reveal with every post. The next story is a chilling reminder that sometimes the scariest things are hiding in plain sight, waiting for the perfect moment to step out of the shadows. Jenna was the kind of influencer people envied. Her feed was a carefully curated collection of sunlit travel photos, trendy outfits, and candid moments that seemed effortlessly perfect. With over 200,000 followers, she had built a brand around her life, sharing everything from her morning coffee to her late-night thoughts. Her followers felt like they knew her, and Jenna thrived on the attention, responding to comments and posting daily stories that gave glimpses into her world. But in the weeks leading up to her disappearance, Jenna's posts took a strange turn. Her captions grew cryptic, hinting at anxiety and sleepless nights. She posted a story of her front door with the words, "Does anyone else feel like they're being watched?" Her followers flooded the comments with concern, but Jenna brushed it off, saying she was just tired and stressed. Then, one night, Jenna posted a series of stories that left everyone unsettled. The first was a video of her apartment, the camera shaking as she whispered, "I think someone's outside." The next was a blurry photo of a shadowy figure standing across the street, half hidden behind a tree. The final story was just a black screen with the words, "If anything happens to me, check my DMs." The next day, Jenna's account went silent. No new posts, no stories, no replies to messages. Her friends tried calling, but her phone went straight to voicemail. Concerned followers began piecing together clues from her last posts, searching for any sign of what had happened. Some noticed a pattern in her photos, reflections in windows, faces in crowds, details that seemed out of place. The police were called, and Jenna's apartment was searched. Her belongings were untouched, her phone left on the kitchen counter, but Jenna was gone. Investigators combed through her DMs and found dozens of messages from a single account, each one more disturbing than the last. "I see you," one read. "You can't hide from me." Another said, "I'm closer than you think." As days turned into weeks, rumors spread online. Some followers claimed to have seen Jenna in the background of other people's photos, always looking over her shoulder, always alone. Others believed she had staged her disappearance for attention, but those who knew her best insisted she would never leave without saying goodbye. The most chilling detail came from a fan who noticed something in Jenna's last video. In the reflection of her living room window, there was a face, pale, expressionless, watching her from the darkness outside. The police never identified the person, and Jenna was never found. The clues she left behind are still unsolved, and her disappearance remains a mystery. For her followers, Jenna's story is a haunting reminder that the line between online and real life can blur in terrifying ways, and that sometimes, the people watching you are much closer than you think. Think about the last photo you posted, the last story you shared, or the last time you tagged your location. How many people saw it? How many strangers scrolled past your life, learning more about you than you realize? It's easy to believe that only friends and family are watching, but the truth is, anyone can be behind the screen. Someone you've never met, someone you'd never expect. We trust the platforms we use, convinced that privacy settings and follower lists keep us safe. But every detail we share is a piece of a puzzle, and sometimes the wrong person is putting those pieces together. Jenna's story is a warning, but it's not the only one. The next story is the most unsettling, because the stalker was closer than anyone realized, hiding in plain sight, waiting for the perfect moment to reveal themselves. The next story will make you question who's behind every screen. Most people never think twice about who's watching, but after this, you might never look at your followers the same way again. For Alex, college was supposed to be a fresh start. She moved into her dorm, made new friends, and quickly settled into campus life. Like most students, she used Instagram to keep in touch with her high school friends and document her new adventures. Her feed was filled with photos of study sessions, late-night pizza runs, and snapshots of the city skyline from her dorm window. She never thought twice about sharing her life online until the messages started. At first, they seemed harmless. An anonymous account began liking her photos and leaving vague comments. "Nice view, looks fun. Wish I was there." Alex assumed it was a classmate trying to make conversation, so she replied politely and didn't think much of it. But the messages grew more personal. The account started referencing things Alex hadn't posted: her favorite coffee shop, the route she took to class, the color of her backpack. She felt a prickle of unease, but convinced herself it was just a coincidence. Then the DMs turned threatening. "I know where you live. You look tired today. Why didn't you wear the blue sweater?" Alex blocked the account, but another popped up the next day, using a different name but the same tone. She told her friends, who tried to reassure her, but the fear crept in. She started double-checking her locks, glancing over her shoulder on the way to class, and hesitating before posting anything online. One night, Alex received a photo of her dorm building, taken from the street below. The caption read, "See you soon." Her heart pounded as she called campus security, but by the time they arrived, there was no sign of anyone outside. The messages kept coming, each one more invasive than the last. "You shouldn't have told anyone. I'm closer than you think." Alex stopped posting altogether, but the DMs didn't stop. Desperate, she went to the police, who traced the IP addresses of the accounts. The truth was more disturbing than she could have imagined. The stalker wasn't a stranger. It was someone she knew. A classmate who sat 2 rows behind her in lecture. Someone she chatted with at parties and never thought twice about. He had used fake accounts to watch her every move, piecing together her life from her posts and stories, waiting for the right moment to make himself known. The truth about the stalker shocked everyone, and the story isn't over. Alex transferred to another school, changed her phone number, and deleted her social media accounts. But the fear lingers. She learned that sometimes, the real danger isn't a faceless stranger online, but someone much closer, hiding in plain sight, waiting for you to let your guard down. The stories you've heard tonight are a reminder that the digital world is never as safe as it seems. Every photo, every story, every tag is a glimpse into your life that anyone can see, and sometimes the people watching are the ones you'd least expect. The line between online and reality is thinner than we want to believe, and the consequences of sharing too much can be more terrifying than any ghost story. How many people are watching you right now? How many strangers know your favorite places, your routines, your secrets, just from what you post? Most people never realize the risks until it's too late. There are even more disturbing Instagram stories out there, some too unsettling to share. Will you ever post the same way again?